This praise break moment comes by way, and I want to set it up with what you all know, the Air India crash that happened in India. Now, first, I want to offer condolences to the 241 people that lost their lives. There were babies. We know not why, right? We don't know why or how, what God has. And I don't want to say this as a praise break moment to celebrate death. We would never do that. Definitely don't want to cause a celebration for that. But to see something in the midst of something that happened that could only be described as miraculous is certainly reminiscent of many of us, and maybe not the severity of escaping out of an airplane, but there have been some things that were shrouded in death that you and I may have escaped in this life. And if we did, if you did, whether that be a bullet, whether that be a car accident, whether that be a pool of water, whatever it may be, this is a cause or an example for you to remember that you're here for a purpose. So, with that said, let's jump into it. This praise break moment comes by way of this man, Vishwas Kumar Ramesh. There's video circulating of the Air India crash where Vishwas stumbled from the crash, and you can see him walking out with flames billowing behind him and smoke rising high into the sky. Many have interpreted Vishwas' survival as a divine intervention. Other words, a miracle that may have taken place or that appears to have taken place. Out of all of those people, 242 passengers, 241 perished. One man walks out on his own accord. Seated in 11A, which I've come to hear is now the most requested seat on airplanes. Let me stop and pause there to tell somebody that I don't care where you're sitting. Let me say that straight to you. God, it doesn't matter whether it's 11A, 11B, 11C, 12, 20, no matter what seat you're in. That seat wasn't special only in the sense that God can protect people anywhere at any time that he chooses. But many have suggested there was some type of divine intervention. And the only thing that we can surmise from this is that God still had a purpose for his life. It's up to him to find out what that purpose is. But there is a praise break in that. Is that how many of us have survived something that should have killed us, but yet God still had a purpose for our life. When God has a purpose for your life, he can keep you through anything. So yes, this is a miracle. Yes, I pray that he finds his way to figure out why God allowed him to survive out of all of those people. His account certainly suggests there was something that happened that allowed him to be the only one able to walk out of that on his own. So it's up to him to figure that out. Family, in our lives, it's up to us to figure out why God allowed something or did not allow something in our lives. And I think I'm going to walk you deeper into that with today's message. But I just wanted to stop and give a praise break there for that, witnessing that. When you see that, what other reason could it be other than God still has a purpose for his life? And God's calling card is to always show humanity that he's still real. And that's what I saw from that, and definitely a praise break there. And we can look back on our lives at the many times that, like I said, maybe it wasn't a plane crash, or maybe it was. There are people who survived plane crashes and still were able to walk away. And then there are people who have survived, like us, many different things in our lives, things that we should not have walked away from. But God still covered us because there was still work for us to do or things for us to discover were our purpose. So I pray Vishwa finds his purpose and that he walks in what God has done for him.